Welcome to Missouri Sports Talk. I'm your host, Cameron Staley, and today I'm here with
Connor Flieg.
Connor. Thank you for coming on the show. You are our very first athlete from St. Louis.
Really?
Yeah, you are.
That's impressive.
Well, so you're down here in Jefferson City for now. You're playing with the Renegades, which we'll talk about later. But you are from St. Louis. I haven't had anybody travel down here. It's a bit of a drive. So, I've had some guys say that they will, and then they cancel. I've had some guys canceling lately. It's kind of it's been bothering me a little bit. But
crazy.
Thank you for coming on the show. You're one of 3 interviews today. I've got a lot of Renegades guys coming on today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
So you went to Lutheran South, as we mentioned, with St. Louis. What was that like?
Lutheran South was a tiny school. I graduated with like 100 and something, 105, I think. So it was definitely a tiny school. I went to public school for my first, how many years that was, 8 years of my schooling, and then I decided to go to Lutheran South. Just because I wanted to get a better experience with baseball, and that was the main thing, and challenge my academics. And I did both of those. A great baseball environment and great school environment as a whole.
Right, I can kind of relate with that as well. We met each other through Easton. I went to Blair Oaks with Easton. We had a graduating class of 111, so we're kind of in the same spot there.
There you go.
So, of course, I mentioned the hot seat.
Hot seat, yes.
Let's get to it.
Let's
All
do
right.
it.
I'll give you 3, 2, 1, and then I will ask you your first question.
Awesome. You got 60 seconds?
Yeah, 60 seconds to answer 10 questions.
Okay.
All right, 3, 2, 1. Favorite music genre?
I'm going to go with rap here.
Dogs or cats?
Dogs.
Least favorite sport?
Ooh. Basketball.
Favorite snack?
Snickers.
What's your birthday?
November 21st, 2004.
What's your hobby?
Baseball.
Okay, favorite movie?
Perks of being a wallflower.
Least favorite food?
Ooh. Let's go with, my gosh. Almonds.
Do you have a favorite video game?
Black Ops 2.
Okay, what is a bucket list item that you have?
I want to go skydiving really bad.
That's 41 seconds.
That's
You
pretty
beat
good.
the clock.
That was pretty good.
I think I've really only had like 2 people since I think you're like the 11th person to do it. I think I really only have had like 2 people not get it. So
yeah, I struggled with a couple of those.
yeah, I like it. There's some curveballs in there. There's some ones that you
is.
can really answer in like 2 seconds, and then there's some ones that you got to think about. So I kind of try to do that with those questions. Try to make it a little bit difficult. So let's get to it. I want to ask you, when did you start playing baseball?
I started as early as I can remember. Really, I remember just tossing the ball in the backyard with my dad and my uncles, and we were just playing baseball, and it was a lot of fun. My earliest team was the Raptors of the Fenton Athletic Association. I do not remember how old I was then, but it was pretty young. I would say 6 around there, I think, was my first organized team, but I've been throwing a ball since I can remember.
So what's your main position that you've been playing throughout your career?
My main position has been shortstop. I've played I played that growing up a lot. I was a middle infielder through and through, and then as I got into high school, and just a little bit before high school, I really took on the utility job position. I started playing a lot more outfield, played a little bit more third base, second base. And getting into college, I've been playing a lot of shortstop and second base, but I still have that utility role, so I'm still open to play left field, right field, center field, third, first, but I'm 5'6", so it doesn't really work out too much.
It's always a good thing to kind of have your positions open, though, because then you're going to see more playing time.
Exactly.
So I want to ask you, this is a bit of a tougher question. What is your love for baseball?
Oh, jeez. I love baseball. It's like my whole heart. I've just been playing it since I can remember. So it's just about the only sport I've ever known that I've just thrown my whole self at, and it's a tough game to throw your whole self at because it's brutal, man. It'll knock you down, put you back in your place, but I still love it. devoted my whole summer to it, and devoted basically my whole life up to this point to it. So I love baseball.
Baseball's a really sophisticated sport. I almost tripped on that word because, of course, it's a team game, but then there's also personal aspect to it because, you got to get that ground ball that's coming to you.
Yeah.
There's nobody, sitting right beside you to help you out with that. You're the only person in the batter's box. You can't miss that ball because then that affects your team.
Exactly.
So, it's a very tough mental sport. A lot of people will argue that it's the toughest sport. I don't know if you agree with that. Everybody has their own argument with their main sport, but I don't know what you think on that.
That's tough because physically, I don't know physically, but mentally it's very challenging. I had an argument. We had an argument with my girlfriend this past year about it, and it was pretty tough. But she argued that golf is the most mentally challenging sport, and I ended up agreeing with her because that it's pretty tough knowing that you're the only person out there. But I would say baseball beats you down pretty hard.
Yeah, definitely top two for the mental aspect is golf and baseball. I'd say for physical, honestly, it's probably just rugby and football.
Yeah, exactly. Rugby, football, MMA, all that stuff. But
there's not really anything else besides those three that we just mentioned that you're hitting each other. So
yeah, exactly.
So, of course, you mentioned that you're going public throughout your elementary and middle school. You go to Lutheran South. Were you getting any early playing time?
So my freshman year, we had COVID, but I was lined up to play freshman JV type thing, and I might have sat the bench on varsity a couple of games, but I was tiny. I was even tinier than I am right now, which is surprising. But I was super tiny. I was not ready to play varsity baseball at all. Sophomore year, though, I started our first game at shortstop, and I was kind of in that mix there. I topped around JV for a little bit, but I was really getting some decent playing time with how young I was and how physically disadvantaged I was from everybody.
Right. So, of course, junior year was probably a transition into more playing time. So, how was junior year for you?
Junior year was definitely my best year in high school overall. I really broke out of my shell there and really became the player that I am right now. I just spent the whole off season. I was just grinding, man. I was grinding. Then I really excelled that year, and our team excelled that year too. We won a district championship. We lost in the semifinals of state, but that was about it.
Right. So senior year, the team record was, of course, a little bit lower. You committed before the season, correct?
Yes, I did.
So what was senior year like, already knowing that you had Drury in your pocket?
It was definitely a little bit calming because going into junior year, I was like, oh, I don't know where I'm gonna go. It kind of sucks, but senior year, I got that weight off my shoulders, and it really felt nice to have just not an idea because there's so many guys out there that don't know where they're going, even after the season's over. So I was just blessed to actually know where I'm going, and it was such a weight off my shoulders not having to think about that.
Right. I feel like I haven't really had any major baseball guys on the channel. I've had a lot of JUCO. So it's always something that I mention every single time I have a baseball guy. It's you're probably not going to go to a super big school if you haven't already committed junior year. Exactly. I feel like those Power Fives, they want you before you even sniff senior year. So I feel like that's a really interesting thing because there's a lot of guys, what if you get injured junior year and you're one of the best guys on that field and then you're going JUCO, but to be honest, the smaller school route is probably the best option if you do want to go to a larger school because with JUCO, it's almost like a higher level of high school ball, and you're developing more.
Yeah.
So, I think it's kind of interesting with the smaller school stuff, and I feel like college baseball recruiting is just a little bit weird.
Yeah, it is.
If we're going to be honest.
Yeah.
So, I want to ask you, who were your favorite teammates while you were at Lutheran South?
My favorite teammates. Ooh. I mean, I loved all those guys. Those are my brothers. But favorite teammates. That's a tough one.
Give me a few of your main guys.
My main guys. One of my main guys was my boy Connor Turbrock. He was a junior. He just graduated this last year. He was my guy. He was our shortstop for a while. Shortstop, second baseman. But he was my guy. He was a good guy. Who else was there? Grant Blair. He's graduating next year. He's an awesome guy too. Yeah. Jeez, there's so many good guys on that team. The Slinkard brothers, love them. They're going to St. Louis Community College now. They're like, that whole team was just filled with a bunch of great guys to be around all the time. I loved it.
Right. So do you have any stats or credentials on hand by chance right now?
Not that I know of. I didn't really rack up a whole lot of credentials. I mean, I think I was all conference, first team all conference 3 years, and then we were district champions my junior year, which was awesome. Couldn't get back there my senior year, unfortunately, but not that I know of right now. Oh, academic All-American, hey.
Hell yeah, that's awesome though.
That was fun.
So before we get to college, we teased talking about the Renegades.
Yes.
So let's go ahead and talk about that now. We are currently in the season. Mm-hmm. We just hit the halfway point for your all's team. So I want to ask you first, why did you choose to play for the Renegades?
I didn't know too much about any like college summer leagues around here. Like especially, I never heard of the Mink before. And then they were just like, my coach brought me over one day, and he's just like, "Do you want to go play? Like, do you have a summer team lined up?" I'm like, "Nope." So you want to go play from Jefferson City? I'm like, "Sounds good." But yeah, that's kind of how it went out.
I really had no clue about it either. I had known about the Renegades for years, and I had never even gone to a game until this year. But I really had no idea that it had such a following. I feel like there's a pretty good amount of fans in the stands for those night games. You know, the prime time Friday nights and Saturday nights. I feel like they get a pretty good amount of people out there for those games. But you know, it's definitely interesting, and I didn't expect the stat keeping on their website to be so good either. Like, I guess I should just say it now. I made my announcing debut with Easton D'Amelia on Saturday. I think it was Saturday night. That's awesome. And that's of course where I met you, asked you if you wanted to be on the show. But you know, they made it really easy with that website. The managers of that league make it very easy. They're really good at their job, and that's kind of not a normal thing to say with people that have a higher position normally when they know they made it. You know, like those organizations, especially Misha. You know, I want to make that call out right now. I have an issue with Misha. I always have, but you know, I'm not sure any of the higher up Mink League people will be watching this, but I just want them to know I am very proud of them.
That's awesome.
So I want to ask you if you're enjoying how this Mink League season is going so far.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like I'm loving it. It's been great. This whole season's been awesome. Just this group of guys that we have is incredible. Like I don't know like how random this was to pull all these 30-some people together, but it's been amazing. It's been a great group of guys. We've had a great season so far. I feel like we're second right now. So we're winning a lot of games. We're having a lot of fun, and there's not much else that could go better, I think.
And you've got a pretty big road stint coming up, right?
Yeah, we do. Yeah, it's 5 games, or what was it? Yeah, 6 games on the road, and that's gonna be a grind, but it'll be a lot of fun.
You've got 2 at Nevada, and then 1 or 2 at Chillicothe, right?
Yeah, we're playing 2 in Nevada, 1 at St. Joe, and then 2 in Clarinda. So we got a little bit of a hike coming up next. But
are you guys like gonna stay on the road the whole entire time in like hotels, or are you gonna try to come back for a few days?
We're gonna stay in Maryville, which is right by St. Joe, for 2 days, and then we're gonna come back after that.
All right, so let's throw out some stats real quick. How
Okay.
about that?
Yeah.
These are given to me by Easton D'Amelia, of course. We keep mentioning them. All right, so far at the halfway mark of this Mink League, you have 2 doubles, 10 RBIs, 4 stolen bases, a 2.69 average that has been steadily rising here lately, and a 4.41 on base percentage, which is absolutely insane. That means that you're getting on base almost half the times that you're going up. So I want to know what you're thinking about your performance so far, and what you're looking forward to end off this season.
Gotcha. I'm trying to definitely improve what the average is right now. I think I've been taking I'm super impressed with what I've been doing with like my at-bats and stuff, and I've been making really good contact. Definitely, this is probably the best my swings felt like in my entire career, which is awesome. Which I think is definitely going to improve with the average and stuff as the season goes along. But yeah, I'm looking to just keep on doing what I'm doing. Honestly, like I think I'm doing everything right. Some balls aren't falling, and I feel like if I keep on doing that, then I think just everything's gonna stay right where it is or increase, and I'll be really happy with that.
I feel like summer leagues are really crucial because like you said, you found your swing.
Yeah.
There's pros and cons to it. One, of course, is that practice and getting to it, and then if you want to look at the cons, sorry, not as important is like the fatigue, because you still have the winter to kind of relax a little bit too. So why not hit it during the summer?
Why not? There you go.
So I guess I kind of interrupted you a little bit. Sorry about that.
Okay.
What are your goals to end off this season?
My goals. Ooh, that's a tough one. I was really shooting for that Mink League Player of the Year, but I think we're pretty far off from that now, unfortunately. But I mean, it's still in the grass. I'd like to get a Player of the Week for a couple weeks. That'd be awesome, and I really want to win this league. I think we can. I think this team definitely has a good chance to win this league.
Someone in the running for the Player of the Year is definitely one of your teammates, Cam Lee. My goodness, his stats are crazy.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
We'll see if he ever comes on the show. He's got an open invite as well. I'd like to get as many of the Renegades guys on. I think that would be fun to kind of feature the team this summer.
Yeah.
So why don't we just get to college now? How about that?
Why don't we do that?
I want to ask you, we kind of talked about recruiting already just a little bit, but, in the main focus, what was recruiting like for you?
It sucked. It really sucked. Because like with my build right now, it's really hard to get anybody would look at my build and be like, nah, we're gonna pass on that. But I reached out to a lot of coaches, a lot of people, and I didn't get too many replies back. But it was pretty cool that I got recruited by Drury. Like my summer team, they did a really good job on what we on our travel tournaments and how we went about that and getting their team exposure into the college environment and by getting coaches there to watch us. And I was really blessed to be on a really good team. I was definitely not anywhere near the top 10 on that team, but we had some really good players on that team. And college coaches would come to watch them. And then one day, we were playing at Mizzou, and one of the Drury coaches was there watching one of our pitchers, I think. And I was playing center field, and I made a catch, and then they're like, oh. And then they shot me an Instagram DM and were like, hey, we want to come see you, send our schedule, and send you our schedule. And then I sent them my schedule, and they came to a couple more games, and I got on a visit and committed shortly thereafter. It was awesome.
So you did talk a little bit about the summer league or the summer ball during your high school career.
Yeah.
So what was that like, and did you go to any sort of exposure camps as well?
Yes, yeah. So my summer team, I played for the Recruits, St. Louis Recruits, for 4 years during my high school summer, and they were awesome. They were an incredible group of coaches, group of guys. Like I said, I was super blessed to play with a bunch of great guys and great coaches. But yeah, they were just an awesome group of coaches that really wanted the best for you and really wanted you to like grow to your full potential and get to that college you want to go to. But yeah, what was the other question? Sorry, what was that?
I was asking about exposure camps.
Oh, exposure camps. That's right. Yeah, exposure camps. I went to a couple of those. I went to probably like 3 or 4, and they were a lot of fun. But I never got any like. I was reaching out and I never got any calls back from any of the guys. And that might have been on me. I might have been on like a little bit too aggressive with the exposure camps, like too high up. But that might have been on me. But I never got too many calls back from those. But with the summer team, like that helped out tremendously.
Right. So, of course, we have mentioned Drury a lot. Did you have any other offers on the table, or was Drury really the one that you were focusing on?
I did not have any other offers on the table, actually. So Drury was the one and only that I was like, this is going to be a good place to go to. Like I'm kind of glad I never got another offer because I'm super happy with how Drury turned out. Like, and it was probably the best option for me. Like overall, like it's just an awesome place to be.
So how was freshman year there? You know, you finished your freshman year.
Yeah.
You're going into year 2 now. So, what was freshman year like at Drury?
Freshman year was pretty good. It was once again just a incredible group of guys to be around. We had a lot of older veteran like talent on our team. I think we had 16 or 15, 16 seniors on our team. So there's a lot to learn from them, and I feel like I definitely learned a lot from them. Like just playing behind them, playing beside them. I got a decent amount of playing time. I think I played in 30-something games, mostly as a defensive replacement. So I would come in like 8th or 9th inning, and I would just play shortstop, and it was awesome. Like just playing alongside like all that experience was just an incredible like experience to do that. And I feel like I definitely can take this over to this team, which like. Unfortunately, most of our players just didn't play this past spring. So I can definitely help them out because I've played alongside like really good people and kind of lead them on the field. And it's a nice feeling.
I think that's kind of the cool thing about the summer ball Mink League.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the guys are pretty young. You know, there's normally half the teams are coming straight out of high school.
Yeah.
Then you got year 1, year 2s. I don't think there's really a lot of third-year college guys in there. So I think it's kind of fun having like college sophomores as the veterans of the summer league.
Cool.
And you know, even though they're still really young, they're able to, you know, step up and be a leader on those teams. So it's very nice as well that you're able to get some time out freshman year. You know, even if it is 8th and 9th inning, that really doesn't matter. You know, if you're getting that time, you know, like you said, like 30 games, really that just adds together.
Exactly.
So, you know, it's better than starting 2 games and getting in like 3 or 4 at the end. You know, I feel like there's not a whole lot better besides starting every game that you could have done freshman year.
Exactly.
I think you ended up getting a pretty good amount of time.
Yeah.
So you have 3 more years at Drury. So what are your goals for the rest of your career there?
I definitely first off I just want to be an everyday starter. Like that's the main goal for everybody. But I want to try to win a natty there. That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome to win a national title there. They never won that there, or like at least like maybe like a super regional. That'd be awesome. And I don't think they've ever won anything like that there, but it'd be incredible to bring a title or something there to Drury as just in my 4 years somewhere in there. That'd be incredible.
Remind me, are they an AIA or D2?
D2.
Okay, awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. All right, so our last question of the day. So thank you for coming on, of course.
Appreciate it.
What has your major been since you got into college, and what are you looking to do as a career?
Okay. So I started my career as a biology major. So I was really invested. I've been really invested in like marine biology for like since like 6th grade for some reason. I just fell in love with it. I took a summer camp on it and it was awesome. Fell in love with it. But they didn't offer a marine biology program at Drury, which kind of sucks. But I just fell in love with it, and I wanted to keep on working with it past like my graduation or past baseball. So that'd be awesome. And then I realized that they had an environmental biology program, so I'm taking that instead of biology, just to like definitely springboard myself into grad school and get that marine biology degree.
Save the turtles.
Save the turtles. There you go.
Have you seen Blackfish?
I have not seen Blackfish.
Probably don't watch it then
Okay.
if you're loving
That sounds
the animals.
pretty sad.
It's about the orcas at SeaWorld, and you know how they like
yeah, I heard about
how they
that.
start going insane and like yeah. It like upset me watching that.
Yeah.
So if you've got an extra love for sea animals,
Yeah.
probably I wouldn't
Probably not do
recommend
that.
it because you know as like I think I was like 13 or 14 when I watched it, and it was a little graphic too.
Traumatizing?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's not
traumatized me seeing. Now I'm a little scared of orcas, but I
Jeez.
think they're like kind of normal when they're wild.
Yeah.
Which is really weird to say because normally when they're wild animals they're worse, but
Yeah,
the SeaWorld domesticated ones were actually worse. So that kind of tells you what their staff was like
Yeah,
there.
jeez. That's crazy.
So
It hurts.
of course, thank you for coming on the show
Appreciate
again.
you for having me.
That's all we've got for today. This has been Missouri Sports Talk. We'll see you next time.